April 20th, 1999, begins at Columbine High School just like any other day. Students enter their classrooms, meet their friends, chat, and laughter fills the air. But behind this routine, there's something dark lurking. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, two unnoticed students, are planning something horrific. No one knows that this school they've always known will soon become the stage for one of the most horrifying tragedies in US history. In the early hours of April 20th, Eric and Dylan meet in a secret location outside the school, carefully reviewing their grim plans. On the table before them, weapons and explosives are spread out. Everything is precise and organized. The guns are in their bags. The bombs are buried in their cars. One looks at the other with a chilling smile, fueled by the rage of years spent in isolation and hatred. This preparation will alter the course of their lives and the lives of many others. In deadly silence, they decide that this moment marks the beginning of the end. Eric and Dylan drive toward their school, with a tension filling their hearts as they wait for what's to come. The weapons are hidden beneath their clothes, and the explosives are hidden inside the car. Their conversation is brief, as though the words have stopped in their throats. Before they arrive at the school, they glance at each other, as if they know this journey will not end as it began. As they stop at the school gates, they study the scene carefully. This is the place where they will test their life's plan, a place from which there will be no turning back. As Eric and Dylan enter the school grounds, their plan is set into motion. As they approach the courtyard, they begin their attack by detonating two small bombs outside the school. The explosions cause chaos and panic. Students run in all directions, unaware that this is just the beginning of something far worse. The face of evil begins to reveal itself as the two gunmen enter the building, firing indiscriminately at anyone in their path. Blood starts to spill, and a student who was laughing just moments ago becomes a target. Eric and Dylan enter the school smoothly, surrounded by the panic that is beginning to fill the air. With every step they take down the hallways, the chaos and screams grow louder. Their weapons are in hand, and each time they encounter someone, a brief silence precedes the sound of gunshots. The explosions reverberate through the place, and the hallways become battlegrounds. Students scramble to hide in classrooms, some trying to escape through windows, but they find themselves trapped in a deadly snare. As Eric and Dylan continue their attack, a school security guard appears, attempting to stop them. A quick exchange of gunfire erupts between them. The guard moves closer, trying to halt their progress, but the attack is too overwhelming for him to counter. The terrifying moments pass quickly, and when the brief battle ends, the guard is seriously wounded. Unaware of his condition, the two gunmen move on, continuing their rampage without stopping. As the attack begins, victims start to fall. Students and teachers drop one after another in the hallways, blood staining the floors. Some try to escape, but they are met with more gunfire. In the corridors, everything falls silent for a split second between the tragic moments. But the deafening sound of gunshots shatters any hope for peace. The wounded scream for help, while others search for places to hide from the relentless violence. Inside the school, students are gripped with sheer terror. Everyone is trying to flee to the safest places. Some hide in classrooms, others rush outside through the windows. The only sound filling the air is the screaming, and the terror reflected in everyone's eyes. It seems that these walls, once familiar and safe, have turned into places of death. The hope of survival is dwindling as law enforcement begins to arrive on the scene. As the gunfire continues, some students decide to take their chances and flee through the windows. They rush, but they are met with unseen obstacles. The explosives planted throughout the school. Some manage to escape, while others fall victim to rapid gunfire. In every corner, there's a struggle for survival, with emotions tangled between fear and the hope of making it out alive. As the attack unfolds, students and staff desperately try to contact authorities. Mobile phones ring with urgent emergency calls. Police teams begin to arrive at the scene, but the situation inside the school is still out of control. Armed soldiers surround the building, but they cannot enter immediately. Strict instructions are relayed over the radios, ordering the securing of all doors and entrances. As the attack intensifies, it becomes clear that many of the victims were in the line of fire before they could escape. Security cameras capture every horrifying moment of violence that sweeps through the school's hallways. Time seems to stretch longer than it really is. Medical teams begin arriving to tend to the wounded, but they are dealing with a chaos like nothing they have ever encountered before. In the initial investigations, the weapons and explosives set up for detonation inside the school are discovered. Investigators find that the plan involved more than just shooting. It was meant to destroy the entire place. The multiple weapons and explosives reflect the meticulous planning by Eric and Dylan, who had ample time to prepare for this tragic day. After hours of violence, Eric and Dylan decide to end the attack in a tragic way. After killing many victims, they choose to take their own lives. In a room inside the school, the gunmen end their lives by suicide. A chilling silence follows the final explosions. The horrific attack is over, but the devastation they have caused will echo in the minds of everyone for years to come. After the attack ends, SWAT teams begin to regain control of the situation inside the school. The injured are transported to hospitals, and medical teams begin treating the wounded. At the same time, authorities secure the area and begin searching for any evidence that might reveal more about the motives behind the attack. The scene inside the school looks like a real battlefield, and the investigation into the incident begins immediately. Investigations begin to uncover more details about the motives behind Eric and Dylan's actions. The media flock to the scene, and the entire American community struggles to comprehend what happened. It quickly becomes clear that this wasn't just a random attack. It was driven by years of deep hatred towards society. The massacre leads to changes in US gun laws, and this historic day remains engraved in the memories of all who witnessed it. Source: the story is documented in the archives of the US Police, specifically in the investigation records of the Columbine High School massacre that took place on April 20th, 1999 in Colorado, USA*.